Whatever is received in the manner of the receiver. Whatever we receive is received in the manner of our consciousness, of our awareness. What we think it is what we're going to experience it to be. And this goes all the way back again to the teachings of Jesus. Jesus tells this remarkable parable of a sower that sows seeds, and some of the seeds falls on the road where it's trampled, and again, thinking metaphysically, what does that mean? Is that an idea, a thought, a seed is compartmentalized to that part of ourself that is influenced by everyone and everything. And it never has a chance to grow. It never has a chance to mature. Or some seeds grow in rocky soil. And what does that mean? These rocks represent the blocks, the blockades, all these limitations that we put on ourselves. And so it may bloom, but because of all these obstacles, it never has a chance to take root or come into its fullness. And some seed falls into the weeds, all these distractions and all these ideas of what we're supposed to be doing and what's right and what's wrong and our obligations and all these things, and they're choked. But it's the seeds, the ideas, those divine muses that can come into a receptive mind that is not cluttered with biases. Brian McLaren says this. He says, "We judge new ideas based on the ease with which they fit with and conform to the only standards that we have. Old ideas, old information, and trusted authorities. As a result, our framing story, our belief system, or our paradigm excludes whatever doesn't fit in." Something that we practice here at the Hilltop Center, in fact, most of the decisions that we make are done through the process of visioning. And visioning is a practice that, it's not like, Silva mind control, or it's not like, visiting an oracle where it only speaks but once. But it's a way of training our mind. It's a way of discerning. And it's just quieting ourselves and sitting with 4 questions. And so as we quiet ourselves, as we quiet our mind, as we remove the rocks and the obstacles and the weeds, as we step off the trodden road, as we move to that fertile soil within, that grace that is present, maybe by doing the centering prayer, I am. I am. I am. And when we center, when we're quiet, we ask ourselves, in this situation that I'm working with now, in these decisions that I am beginning to make, instead of looking at my own confirmation bias, what is the divine's highest vision here? As Gary Richards' cards say, how good can this get? What is the divine idea that's wanting to come forth? And then we ask, in order for this idea to come forth, is there something that I am holding on to that it's time for me to release? So the second question is, in order for this to come forth, what must I release? And then the third question, now that I've released, what skill, what newness, what novelty is it important for me to embrace so that this divine idea has a container, an imagination, a possibility to find expression? And finally, sometimes we are blind to what blinds us. We ask, what else is there for me to know? Quietly. And listen to that inner guide, that divine within us. Going again back to this wonderful story of Jesus and Nicodemus. How must I awaken in such a dramatic way that it is like a rebirth, that it changes the paradigm, that my thinking has changed in such a way that I am open to receiving new thoughts and new ideas?